Alright there everyone, how you all doing? Time for another horror DVD update to go through. I'm going to try and get through them quick though. Big match on today, QPR Chelsea, early kick-off, so I don't want to miss that. Hoping QPR can do the business again. But anyway, all horror here. I've got a few things ticked off the wish list finally. And we'll start with a couple of Italian jellos that I've been after. The first of those being the new Sheamus release of Four Flies on Grey Velvet. The 40th anniversary edition, Dario Argento's lost masterpiece. This is his rarest film. Not many releases of this film around the world, so glad Sheamus picked it up. They remastered it from the original negatives, and they've managed to find 40 seconds of lost footage, and they put it back into the film, making it the longest cut available anywhere. So well done, Shameless. And haven't seen it yet, only came through the door yesterday. It's a little light on extras. I mean, you get an introduction and an interview with the writer and assistant director Luigi Cozzi, and that's it, apart from the trailers and photo gallery. But it's the extended cut of the film, you can't really complain. You can watch it in English audio or Italian audio, and it's also got English subs. And of course you get the reversible sleeve, which I'll show off now. I like this artwork actually, but we'll show you the flip side. There you go, pretty nice. I think this is the same artwork that's on the German hardbox. And yeah, that marks my... well, this is the final film that I needed for my Argento collection. So I've now got all his films. 17 or 18 in total there is. But yeah, that's a nice little sub-collection to complete. So yeah, there you go. Four Flies on Grey Velvet. Also been released on Blu-ray as well, if you're interested. I think the collectors will get the Blu-ray release. Okay, and the other giallo that I picked up was the Black Belly of the Tarantula. Still unavailable in the UK, so I had to get the US Region 1 import. And yeah, I've been wanting to see this one for a while. I like the look of the story. Well, it's the killer really that intrigued me. The killer in this one, he uses wasp venom to paralyze his victims, so he can slice them up while they're still conscious and unable to move. So the killer's got a real nasty side to him, so I like that in films. But overall, the film itself was a bit disappointing, to be honest. It was lacking in suspense. The killer was a bit obvious, so there was no shock reveal at the end. And a little light on blood and gore as well. You get a couple of bloody moments, but it's nothing too strong. But it's okay overall, it's okay. Not the best giallo ever made, not in my opinion. But it was okay, I'm glad I've finally seen it anyway. So yeah, that's the Black Belly of the Tarantula from 1971 as well. Alright, next up are a couple of video nasties that I needed. Starting with Bloody Moon. From Jess Franco. I'm not a fan of Jess Franco at all, I've said that in the past, but this actually turned out to be his most entertaining film that I've seen so far, so yeah, really happy with it. You know, at least it wasn't bad and boring like I've experienced in the past with other Franco films. But this one's pretty good. It's super cheesy though, especially the dialogue. During the opening pool sequence, it's just absolutely cringe-worthy. But it's got some decent bloody kills in it, including the awesome power saw decapitation scene. It's awesome. And this is the first time it's been available in uncut in the UK on DVD. Severin released it, and it looks to be identical to the US release. So it's got the interview with the director and the trailer. And the picture quality is pretty decent as well. So yes, Bloody Moon from 1980. Next up we have Possession. Don't know too much about this one. I keep forgetting it's a video nasty actually, so when I realised it, grabbed it. It's got Sam Neill with Isabella Reggiani. And yeah, this one was banned. But despite it being banned, it did pick up some award nominations. I mean, it was nominated for a BAFTA, which is like the UK equivalent to the Oscars. And it picked up a number of French awards as well. So it's got a bit of quality to it, apparently. So yeah, interesting to see how it turns out. This is the uncut UK release from Second Sight Films. You get a making of and an interview with the director and a photo gallery. So good release. Anamorphic widescreen. So yeah, that's Possession from 1981. Right, next up is a cult classic from 1932. That's Freaks. Really pleased to have finally got this in collection. I waited too long actually. I should have got this years ago on DVD. Well, this release came out in 2004. It's a Warner Brothers release, very good release. But yeah, I watched this one as a kid. I had it taped on VHS, and I used to watch it a lot. There's just something about it, like, and yeah, it's just the ending is just as disturbing as it was when I first saw it. Really creepy stuff. But very good film. I would have loved to have seen it in its full version. Back in the day, it was cut by 30 minutes by MGM because it was deemed too shocking for its time, and it runs just over an hour long now. But it's still worth watching, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely worth at least one watch, because you're never gonna get another film like this. It's a true original. And yeah, good release, this one. You get a commentary, you get a documentary on the Freaks, you get a special message prologue, and 3 alternate endings. So yeah, definitely worth picking up. I found it for only £2, which I was really pleased at. I think this one's out of print in a couple of countries. But anyway, that's Freaks from 1932. 80 years old, but still a very good film. Right, next up we have another one from the Hammer collection. This is The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. I think this was the last Hammer film. I think it was a co-production between Hammer and the Shaw Brothers, which is an interesting mix. So I'm not sure if the result was great, and it gets mixed reviews, but it looks an interesting one. I'm looking forward to watching it. Peter Cushing's back in it as Van Helsing. He travels to China or Hong Kong to track down the last remaining members of a vampire cult. So yeah, he has to contend with martial arts this time, a bit of kung fu, so that'd be interesting to see. And yeah, this is the first time it's been available uncut in the UK in this particular release, Warner Brothers. It was cut, the cinema version was cut, and the video version was also cut, but this is the full version. So yeah, it's The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. Next up was a bit of a blind buy, Not of This Earth from 1987, with Tracy Lords. I think this was the first feature film, and this is the remake of the 1957 version, which I haven't seen either. But yeah, it looks alright, looks a bit of good cheesy fun. So yeah, Not of This Earth. Right, time for something a bit more recent. We have another French film to add to the collection, The Ordeal from 2004. I remember trying to watch this one on Film 4 a couple of years back, but I put it on too late and I was struggling to stay awake, so I've been wanting to give it another go. And I've got a number of French films in the collection. I think they're making the best stuff at the moment, so I try to check out whatever comes out from their end of the world. Yeah, from what I remember, it did have a disturbing side to it. Very darkly humorous as well. But anyway, look forward to giving it another go. So that's The Ordeal. Right, next we have Apollo 18. And yeah, I like space-based horror films. And this one was okay. It wasn't great. There wasn't that much of a payoff, really. It was creepy. It developed an atmosphere. It was quite authentic looking as well, to be fair. They've done a good job making it, making you think it was on the moon. The stock footage that they used, it was aged to make it look like it was actually in the 70s. So it was good filmmaking, but there should have been more scares. And when you find out what's actually on the moon with them, it was a bit disappointing, a little bit underwhelming, But it was okay. Nothing great though. So yeah, worth a watch at least once. Next we have Silent Hill. A little late in getting this one. I wasn't actually hated the way Resident Evil turned out, which is one of my favourite games, and Silent Hill is a great game. It's probably one of the scariest games ever, in my opinion. I still prefer the Resident Evil games, but yeah, Silent Hill, loved the game, and I was a little bit, I was just unsure how it would turn out on screen. But I haven't watched the trailer again. It doesn't look too bad, so I thought I'd give it a go. I saw it on the shelf in the used store. I got a nice steelbook version of it, so I caved in and bought it, really. But I'm not getting my hopes up too much. Definitely not. I can't even get myself in the mood to watch it at the moment, to be honest. But it looks like they've stayed faithful to the games as far as the story goes. They've changed one of the characters around, because in the game it was the father looking for his daughter. but in this one it looks like the mother. I wish they would have kept it with the father, search and restored. Actually, I find those stories a bit more interesting. But anyway, so yeah, this is the Virgin Megastore exclusive steelbook. It's very nice actually. It's quite sought after from the collectors. So I found it for $3.50. It's in good condition. Grabbed it. So yeah, Silent Hill. Right, and the last one for this update is Wrestlemaniac. I think this one came out in 2006. You got Rey Mysterio in this one, and yeah, I've always been interested in seeing how this one played out. So I do like the idea of it. Yeah, it's a good idea of having this psycho wrestler going around killing people. But the film was a bit silly, really. I mean, the director seemed to be more interested in showing off the female cast, really. And I think the wrestler should have used more wrestling moves. But anyway, good idea. Didn't quite come off. It's very low budget. It's got a bit of decent gore. Nothing too great. But yeah, just a bit too low budget, too silly. But anyway, that concludes my update, guys. So yeah, off to listen to the game now. So take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.